10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
People say, why do I have to wear a mask if it doesn't protect me? Quick story. My grandfather used to work in the adult circus for adults. He had a very famous routine called the sack attack. What's the sack attack? The sack attack is when he'd go through the audience like this, smacking people in the face with his testicles. Very popular. One night before a show, I saw him rubbing Vaseline down there. And I said, Gramps, why do you do this? He says, I do this so when I go through the audience giving them the Polish car wash, it moisturizes the dry skin. He was doing this for others. So you wear a mask for me, and I wear a mask for you. Okay, next question.
Bless America, and welcome to a Friday edition of the Jaz McKay Show. Right here on Twitch, we do this every day, Monday through Friday at least. At least, because actually I've been known to jump in the middle of the night sometimes and do one of these programs. But we do it every Monday through Friday from noon until whenever I finally just either gotta go because I got stuff to do, or I run out of shit to talk about. To be perfectly honest with you, I never run out of stuff to talk about, it seems like. I know I drive my wife nuts, but it's, having this forum here, having this platform, which, God bless Twitch so far, nobody has complained. No one from management, at least, at the bigtwitch.tv.com or whatever the hell it's called. I probably should knock on wood there, because you never know what's down the pike. I'm constantly getting complaints from YouTube. They remove video. They removed yesterday's show. Here, let me tell you real quick what I do is I do this show live on twitch.tv. At the end of the show, I then export it to my YouTube channel, and it takes a good hour and a half probably to export over there to YouTube, and it'll be up and yesterday was up for about 2 hours until somebody at YouTube decided it needed to come down, that it violated community standards. So this is really the only place, even though I will share this on Facebook later, and I would ask you to do that as well. Down in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, right over there, you will find a button that says share, and you can share that. That's not share like Sonny and Cher. That's share as in share. Here, I'd like you to, here, I have this, it's here's this video. I would like to share this with you. Here, go ahead, take it. And you can share it on Facebook or Twitter. I want to show you this. I ordered this the other day because, well, you know me. My big thing is free speech, which is one of the reasons why I do. That's been a big deal of mine all of my career, really all my life. Even as a 5-year-old, in 5-6 years old, I claimed First Amendment rights anytime I got in trouble for anything I said in first grade or kindergarten. My mom and dad taught me well. That was in Oklahoma City, and I kid you not, I actually claimed First Amendment rights when my teacher told me to shut up during probably the first week of first grade at Patterson Elementary School. So I'm a big First Amendment guy. Thank you, honey. My Laura is just dropping off some coffee for me because I forgot to make an extra pot. Thank you, honey. I forgot to make my second pot of coffee before I started the show. So she donated me hers, which is, wow, lots of sugar there, boy, howdy. So, so I was always a big First Amendment guy, even as a little kid. And my first grade teacher, though, this is, my first grade teacher, Mrs. Patterson. Was it Mrs. Patterson? No, it was Patterson Elementary. Mrs. Armstrong. No, Miss Armstrong. Miss Armstrong. She was awesome. This is back in 1960-something, or 63, I think 64. And she had one of those big beehive hairdos. I remember Miss Armstrong. She actually, what she did to placate me, because I would not shut up during class. So every morning, she gave me, after the Pledge of Allegiance and after the announcements were made by the principal at Patterson Elementary School in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, she would say, Jazariah, and I'd go, yes, Mrs. Yes, Miss, what was her name again? I forgot. Yes, Miss Armstrong, you may take the stage. She would let me get up in front of the class and do stand-up. I'm not kidding. I would get up and I would tell a joke or do a little comedy routine or something. And she said that was her way, and this is 1964, that was her way of nurturing my expressiveness and my desire to entertain, but also keep it controlled in the classroom, because all during the day, if I didn't get that opportunity, I'd be disrupting the class left and right. So as I got into show business back in the mid to late 70s, started doing stand-up comedy, did some acting and all of that, and then eventually got into radio. It was just sort of the natural progression of things that I would, and yes, I was fired from a lot of radio stations for expressing myself a little too much over the years. But for the most part, most of my firings were the result of budget cuts. Or at least that's what I was told. And I think that was the last time. You'll see. How many times would you have been called into the office at Kern this week? If I was on the air at Kern, I don't know. I don't know that I would. They were pretty good at KERN, and Bob Lewis over there was a really good guy to work with, because Bob, for the most part, when I was on KERN, Bob left me alone. I can only think of maybe 1 or 2 times that Bob Lewis, he's the ops manager, program director of KERN radio here in Bakersfield. I can only think of maybe 2 or 3 times that he ever wanted to talk to me about anything that I'd done on the air, and he never once said, "Don't ever do that again." You know what? One of the biggest, the last time that he talked to me, and he wasn't telling me not to do it anymore, but the last time that we had a conversation would have been right after the first of the year. And it was over my criticism of KERO, Channel 23's news department, being run by a bunch of little pukes. KERO was also the station that provided our morning show, the Scott Cox Show, with some little weather bimbet that did the weather on his show. So we had kind of a contract with him, and he said, just be careful, don't get us in trouble. They didn't want them to cancel their advertising, but I tell you, KERO Channel 23, 23 on your side, or whatever they're called. What is it? Your 23, my 23, our 23, the 23, 23 and me. I don't know what it is. Was that the doorbell?
Yeah. Hi there. Hi, can I help you? Oh, hi.
Oh, somebody from Schwan's. We don't need anything, honey. The Schwan's people are at the door. Okay, there's the Schwan's. This is doing the show in my living room. Doorbell rings, phone rings, dog. I didn't hear Sophie bark.
She was asleep.
Oh, you were asleep, girl? Sophie didn't bark today. The folks over at Channel 20, I just want to say this real quick. Folks over at Channel 23, that's the most pathetic news department I have ever encountered. It's literally run, I think, by children. And that's just my impression. That's just from watching their news presentations, from seeing the things that they report on online. And that's my impression of Channel 20. Actually, my impression of Channel 23 is this. There you go. That's about it. That's Channel 20. I wanted to show you this. Ordered this from Amazon. You can get one too. I ordered this from Amazon, and I wanted to show it to. I wanted to share it with all of all my 7 viewers on the Jaz McKay Show on Twitch. And by the way, Twitch's parent company. Do you know who owns Twitch? This podcast is actually owned by Amazon. So Jeff Bezos actually is giving me permission to call him a flaming dickwad. Hey, check it out right here. This is my new T-shirt that I just got. Wait a minute. Let me get the microphone out of the way so you can see it. I just got this from Amazon. There, let me get the microphone out of the way. Just got this right here. Check it out. That's my new T-shirt. That's the T-shirt that I just ordered. It arrived yesterday. And I bought this from Amazon.com. This is not a plug for Amazon.com. But when I saw this was recommended to me. But Amazon tracks the shit you buy, and they kind of figure out what you might like. I guess it's the algorithms, right? And so they sent me this thing, said, "Would you like to buy this fuck Antifa T-shirt?" And I said, "Yes, I would." Normally, I don't do that, but this one I had to have it. There you go. You can get this if you go to Amazon. You can, I think I've got a wish list up at Amazon, too. If anybody would like to buy me a gift, you can do it at Amazon.com. I'm a Prime member, have been for years. I love Amazon Prime. And I ordered this, and you can get one, too, at Amazon.com. Get yourself your own Fuck Antifa T-shirt. There it is. Isn't that a beauty? Isn't that a beauty right there? That is awesome. My wife saw it. I showed it to her yesterday. I put it on. As soon as it arrived, I went in. I was all proud. I said, "Hey, honey, look at this." And she looked at it, and she smiled, and she said, "You're not going to wear that outside, are you? In public, are you?"